And I think nowadays people respect that as well. You hear a lot about, oh, the actor stayed in character or the actor stayed in accent, at least. You know, the funniest thing, when I joined Walking Dead, Andrew Lincoln, who plays Rick, we're from the same city in England. And we had actually met around the millennium because we were part of the same kind of after school theater group. And they did this benefit for the millennium and we were in it together. So I'd met him before. And then when we were on set together, when I first arrived to Walking Dead, we went and sat in the on the deck of one of the houses in Alexandria and like just kind of chatted and caught up. And he was using his American accent because he would stay in his accent to just, you know, so he didn't fall out of it while he was filming. So then, which is something that I never did. Like when I'm working,
that's method.
Yeah, well, kind of. When I'm working, like I flip in and out. But we were having this conversation and I was like, okay, I need to use my American accent. So then we were talking about growing up in the city that we grew up in and his kids and his family in our American accents. And it was the most bizarre thing I've ever done. I was like, this is so weird.
Give me an example. Yeah, I remember when we were...
Yeah, we're just talking about his kids and how, you know, my daughter goes to this school. And I'm like, oh, really? Yeah, I have a friend who went to that school. And I'm just like, but we're talking about things that are from
your American accent is really solid. Like I remember it in the show when you played Jesus. Jesus, right?
Jesus.
Some would say Jesus.
Yeah, well, not in that show.
Not in that show. No, I know you had followers and whatever. But I never thought for a second you were English.
Yeah, which is great. I mean, I've lived here since 2010, and people ask me about that all the time, and I say, actually, it's to do with the fact that I don't like to stand out too much in my day to day, and so I use my American accent all the time in America. I don't want to be asked where I'm. I don't want to explain where I'm from my whole life. Like, you know, oh, where are you from? Oh, I'm from Boston. Or I don't want people to be like, wait, what did you say? You know.
Yeah.
So I say water instead of water, and like all that. And if I'm ordering in a bar, I'll always order in my American accent.
Right.
It's just easier. It just makes my life easier.
So you're pretty much living a lie.
Yes. Although I just got my citizenship a couple weeks ago.
You did?
So I am American now.
You're American. I'm American.
I am fully. And now no one can say, go back to your own country because this is my country.
Who would say that?
Oh, well,
you ever had that?
I mean, you are.
Go back to Australia.
I'm
not from Australia.
Well, no one is. We sent them all there.
That's true. You did. Yes.
I mean, yeah, I mean, if you ever express any kind of an opinion on something that's happening in America, people will be like, well, this isn't your country. Or like, who do you think you are having an opinion on this country? And actually, a lot of the time, I'm not going to get too political on this, but a lot of the times I feel more invested in this country than people who were born here. Because I have worked really hard to live here and exist here and pay taxes here and now take my citizenship here. And people talk about how like, oh, it's easy. It's not easy. And it costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I've invested a lot in this country. And I believe in this country and what this country was founded on and the freedom that this country gives. I really do. And that's why my wife and I left our countries and came here.
Wow.
And I feel like people forget in this country what it represents to a lot of people around the world.
Yeah.
And why they come here. You know, it's not for a free ride. It's because you get more respect and you're allowed to do more than other countries where they don't live the life that you can live here.
I think we're very lucky.
The immigration argument is kind of frustrates me because it's really what this country is founded on. And it's really cool. It's what makes this country what it is, you know?
Yeah.
It's cool. And it's been very good to me.
Did Walking Dead change your life, didn't it?
Yeah, I'd had a career where, so I left drama school and I managed to get a really good agent straight off the bat. So I was able to do a bunch of auditions, which, you know, it's a theater training in England. So like, it was very beneficial to do a lot of TV and film auditions and not get most of them, but like be going through the motions. And I got screen tested for a film called Hannibal Rising, which
I remember that.
Rest his soul, Gaspar Ulliel ended up doing. Who was the Dino De Laurentiis apparently really liked my tape and it just got a little bit of heat around me, which my agent then used to propel me forward, and I did a movie and blah 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 blah. And then I had a few different occasions where I was like, oh, this is it, this is the job that's going to do it. This is it. Oh, nobody cared. Like,
isn't this is something?
Dude, it happened like so many times, and
What are the ones that you thought would pop?
Well, but what that ends up being is that there are increments. You are going up the ladder, but you're not making those big leaps. So I